Okay, welcome back. Now, in this part of the video, we are going to look at these questions again. Remember, these answers that I am giving is personal opinions and it does not reflect the true marking guide. It's just for educational purposes to guide you on how to answer the test or exam. Okay, now let's go. So look at this question here. It says Kickstart Investment offers a range of options to its client, from low risk to high risk investment due to an increase in clientele. The decision was made to open a second office in another city to accommodate more of its client. Now look at the question they're asking you. Both office locations have their own local area network. Identify the type of network that will be needed to connect both locations. 2 cities, right? In another city. So what comes to your mind? I think you have metropolitan, you have one over a large area, right? Yes. Metropolitan is just one city, but this one is another city, right? So if it's another city, I think wide area network is the best because it's another city, because metropolitan is just connection within one city. Let's say the whole of Linstead, we are in the whole of Linstead, and all Linstead are connected on that network, or all offices of the company within Linstead are connected within that geographical location. While wide area network connects over larger geographical areas, could be 2 cities apart or countries apart. So wide area network one. Yep, that's a 1. Okay, now differentiate between intranet. You see differentiate between intranet and extranet. You see, this is coming back. Network is here. You know what I told you guys, that every part of the topics that have been dealt with in classroom will be back. So just like you've been seeing in your tests and in your exams in school, you're going to see them here. They are back again. They are back again. They are back again. So yeah, let's start with intranet, right? So you could say 1 here. Intranet. Private network only for internal employees of an organization. Right? Yeah. So and access is strictly restricted to people inside the organization. Yeah, so that means nobody else outside the organization can see what is inside that network. Only inside the network, or only those who are working in that organization, or who belongs to that organization can see that aspect. So this doesn't just refer to companies and agencies, but yeah, some schools do have intranet, so only within that school can have access to those documents or the network. So I'm going to do here will be 2. So this is a private network that allows limited access to authorized users like clients, suppliers, even to the next line, suppliers or partners So access is given to external persons. Outside with permission. So the access is given with permission to do or transact on the network. Okay, so that's okay, let me put it this here. Is extranet is so extranet is a private network that allows limited access to authorized users, clients, suppliers, or partners. So access is given to the person outside with a permission. So without a permission, clients can't even have access to the, so like in this case, let me give you an example. The ABM machines and the POS, you find out that you can actually pay with your card, your bank card. Let's say you have an NCB bank card or surgical bank card. You can go to a grocery shop and you make payment with your bank card. So that's how it is. You can go to the eatery like the canteen or the KFCs or Tasties, and you don't have cash with you, you can pay with your card. That's a service, extranet service given to Tasties so that they can get payment from their customers. So that's how it is. Yeah, it works like that anyway. Okay, so now let's look at this. So here you have a different option here. It says complete the following paragraph by filling the blank spaces with the most appropriate. Listen. It says most appropriate. Here is where you have to pay attention closely. Most appropriate, right? How many marks is this? 7 marks. So it says most appropriate term provided from the word list below. So you have to look at what each of this means, right? And I'm going to tell you what they mean, right? So a network administrator is someone who is responsible for fixing the network and troubleshooting the network. And a software developer is someone who writes programs, so on. So try to know the meaning of all this, then you are good to go. So let's start. Now, look at the question. Shortly after opening of the new office, some of the employees were experiencing difficulty completing tasks, right? So the dash did some troubleshooting and realized that dash need to convert data. So this will be network. Once you convert data signals, so this will be network administrator. So let me use a small keyword there. So it's a network administrator. Administrator. So you are troubleshooting that what converts digital to analog modem was disconnected from that manage and serve. Whatever manage and serve the customers on the network is a server, right? So this prevented employees from going online and accessing the internet. Yeah, so internet, yes. Modem helps you to get connected to the internet too. Internet. The employees on the third floor were unable to access certain files on the network due to a power supply failure of the what? If they are up and they can't access and there's a power supply failure, what will make them connect on the next floor? A switch, because switch helps connect devices on the network. So that will be a switch. Switch. So a switch that was used to connect all the devices on that floor and the main computer. Okay. So the dash also did some check which was related to some of the websites. So which other worker is here? You have software developer, you have web manager. What are we referring to? Website. So if it is websites, just a website. And what happens on the website that normally gets broken? Broken links. So it will be what? Hyperlink. Hyperlink. Yeah, when a hyperlink is broken, things will get messy on a website. So you just need to know what each one does and so forth. So I think the answer is just these options here, and you get 7 marks for just one question. 7 marks. 7 marks. 7 marks, students. That's what you get just by thinking. So at this point, I would say that what CSEC is trying to do is for trying to assess the level of critical thinking of the students at this point. So just have that in mind. That is what the CSEC is trying to do here. Okay. Let's move forward. Now, the Kickstart investment needs to do something. Needs an algorithm. Programming has landed. Hold on, people. I said this will happen. Yeah. Some funny cartoon men will say, "Oh my God!" Yes, it does happen. So, yeah. Kickstart investment needs an algorithm written to accept the initial investment amount made and the rate of return. The algorithm should calculate and print the return on investment, ROI, earned using the formula below. So the return of investment equal initial investment plus initial investment times rate divided by 100 minus initial investment. Remember, all these brackets are very important. Okay, all the brackets are important. This here is an asterisk, right? This here is a forward slash, which also means division, right? So what are you going to do in this case, right? In here, we are going to write complete the following IPO. Complete the following IPO chart for the algorithm to be written. Okay. So what we are going to do here is just the input will be initial investment. Yes, that's what you get from the client. Initial investment. You could also get a rate from the customer, because yes, the rate at which can serve as an input. Yes, because the computer doesn't know the rate, so you have to specify the rate. Then what will it process? Processing will be initial investment plus, which will be return of investment. So it will be return. I don't know, there's a space here, so I will just put them in one word. So it will be return of investment, which is equal to initial investment okay, let me do this, equal to initial investment plus rate. I think I need to put the bracket. Yes, I need to put the bracket at this point, because we are calculating different possibilities. Initial investment times rate divided by 100. Bracket minus what again? Initial investment. Well, I'm writing it this way because that is how I would write my code if I am trying to respond to this question. Okay, that's how I will write it. Then the output now will be probably return on investment. That will be the output. Yeah, I will just display the return of investment. So we just say return of investment. Okay, yes, because I want to see the return of investment. So once I get all this data, I want to return them. So if that be the case here, I can just put underscore. Yes, so it matches this here. So this will give you 3 marks. Okay, so if this is correct, you get 3 marks. Jesus Christ is Lord. People were asked to write an algorithm. You will be asked to write an algorithm. Oh, so what do you do? Hey, so what do you do? Well, it's simple. You start writing. So how do you start writing your what do you call it? Okay, so let me start. You start with the start. Remember, I like using keywords. I use capital letters for me, but I know that CSEC may allow if you use a smaller keyword. I like using capital keywords for me. So you can start. So you get the input, and what will you call it? I will call this input initial investment, and also get the rate, right? So if it's initial investment, and I will go down here. Yeah, this is just simple thing I need to do. The initial investment, to get that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is what? So I'm going to set the value, what's it called? And I will now say, is it return of investment? I'll say return. I'm declaring the variable now. I'm declaring, so I'll say return. Oh, yeah, return of investment. What's that thing again? Not investment. Oh, return on investment. People, return on investment. Okay, return on investment. Please correct this part. Is return on investment. So return on investment. Just went there to check now, and that is it. Return on investment. Invest. And so if it's a return of investment, so I need to assign the calculation to it. So we'll just say initial investment plus initial investment times, this time size the asterisk. Make sure you put the asterisk because that's what the computer understands. Asterisk rate /100. You close that internal bracket and you come over here and you say minus initial investment. Okay, so that will be the return of investment. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to output the file. Output return on investment. rest. Return on investment. I will now display that return on investment, and I will end the program. So I start and I end. A simple thing to do. Yeah, that's how simple it is. So I start it and I end it, and yeah, that is good. Okay, pretty much that. Okay, welcome back to this section. Remember, this is for educational purposes. All these answers given are personal opinion to help guide students prepare for exams. Okay. Yes. Okay. If initial investment is greater than, these guys have come again. Oh boy. If initial investment is greater than $100,000, then the rate of return is 45%. And if initial investment is less than or equal to 100,000, then the rate of return is 37%. Write an appropriate compound conditional statement to evaluate each rate. Who could kill me or who could kill me? Well, I think here now, we don't need to do start and stop, right? We just only the conditional statement. So we can just put here, say, if initial investment greater than, remember to use your greater than symbol, 1,000. Don't put a $sign here, please. Then you go over to there and you say then. It's still pseudocode we are writing at this moment. That's the writing pseudocode. They never said write a programming language. Still pseudocode. So if it is that, then what you do next will be who is that? Next thing to do is rate equals to 45, right? There would be else. So if it's two options, right? It's giving you two options. So that's why you're using if else, right? So if else rate, please use this small letter rate. So when I say rate equal to 37, then you do what we call and if. Yeah, that's how it is done. And if, yeah. So you do it like this and you're good to go. So if initial investment is greater than 100,000, then rate is 45. Else, which means if it's below that, is 37. 3 marks. So for using this and this and doing it where you get your mark. Now there are other ways we can do that. We can use else if, but in this case it's just simple. So using else is just simple. Okay, so state the return on investment that will be received if the initial investment is 15,000, 450,000, and the rate of return was 45. This here now, this is where I will advise you, if you're going into the exam hall, just have a calculator. If you can't calculate very fast, because this requires a simple, quick, fast calculation, right? But if your brain is not fast enough, just have your calculator in hand. And what you need to calculate this question, just in case, yes, you can ask the invigilator if you can use your calculator, just in the case there's a calculated question to be done. I advise students to have one if they can process very fast. Just because of time's sake, just have your calculator standby. So in this case now, you have to do calculation. Whether you like it or yes, you have to do a calculation. So that's how it is. So, and when you're doing the calculation, please you put in all your work, whether you like it or yes. Don't just give the answer. Put in all your work. So let's go here and we'll say, there we go. We'll say the initial one was 15,000, right? So you just put here, say 150,000, right? 150,000 is let me put here, say initial investment is that. Initial investment is that, right? Then the rate is 45%. So the ROI will be, the return on investment will be 150,000 times 45 divided by 100. So in this case, board mass plays a big role. So what you need to do first, you need to first of all do the division of 45 divided by 100, right? So when you do that, it will be equal to ROI $150,000 times 0.45. You see? So once you do that, 45 divided by 100 will give you 0.45. So the ROI will be, so the ROI will be equal to, when you do the multiplication, so 45% of 150,000 is approximately 67,500. Okay, that should be your answer. That should be your answer. So there are other ways you can put this down, but at least this is the simplest form of it. This is the simplest form of it. Or you can alternatively do this. Why I'm doing this is that I just want to show what I'm doing. You can just say ROI is equal to initial investment it's a kind of way complex. So this one is simple, kind of way complex. There are other ways to get this answer, but this is just the answer, but it's kind of complex. So that's how it is. This one is just simple. for the lines to be given. It's just pretty much simple.